Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, back doing a best of 3 March of the Machines draft. So I have a feeling this is one of those Prince formats where you get as many broken rares as you can and then just win, but we'll find out. So, Anafenza, 2 mana 2/2, whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, bolster 1, and bolster 1 is choose a creature with the least toughness among creatures you control, put a +1/+1 counter on it. It's pretty awesome, actually. And then we have Glistening Dawn, 4 mana, incubate X twice, where X is the number of lands you control. That's pretty sweet, too. You can end up with some huge dudes out of that. Whereas Anafenza, just every creature you play basically buffs your weakest creature. That's also really good. I think because Anafenza I'm giving slight edge to because it's cheaper. Both amazing. We'll try and look at as many other cards as we can. So we got a battle here. We saw this before in the first draft. Spell Spear. The transform cards are great, are really, really strong. Double Prowess, that's incredible. Trample, Hexproof, 8-drop. Who has time to get to 8? And then that 3-drop, which is really good too. All right, on color with our first pick, we have Scroll Shift, which is like a flicker effect. Sigiled Sentinel, which is a good Vigilance card. Vigilance being particularly good in this format because of Convoke. No rare in here. Kami of Whispered Hopes, 3 mana, 1/1. If one or more +1/+1 counters will be put on a permanent you control, that many +1/+1/+. Wow. With Anafenza, that's pretty slick synergy. And then this, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. That's already really good. Beginning of your inset, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Maybe we take, I mean, both of these are uncommon. If I take Kami, it doesn't commit me to white-green, although I'll definitely want to be in white-green. If I take Invasion, it commits me to white-green. So what I'm saying is I take Kami, I don't necessarily have to play Anafenza, but if I take Invasion of Moag, I am pretty much forced into green-white. So a little bit confusing, but I hope that you understand what I'm trying to say. Glistening Deluge is going to completely wreck our day if if it ends up like that. But these two together, I think, are going to be really good. Yeah, that's really good. All right, Norn's Inquisitor. So we're going for like a +1/+1 counter deck. 2 mana, 1/1. Whenever a permanent you control transforms into Phyrexian, put a +1/+1 counter on it. That's pretty sweet. And we want to incubate anyway, so that makes sense. Probably could take that. Don't need to pay 8 mana for big dudes. Or we could just take another Kami of Whispered Hopes and kind of stick to this this plan. Get as many of these things as we can. I mean, it's pretty cool synergy. It's going to be tough. You have to go turn 2 on so 2 white mana into turn 3 green mana. It's still doable. And the fact that this ramps too is pretty sweet, actually. So I think we'll take that. We want all the backup we can get. That's going to work with the +1/+1 counter. All of the incubate stuff's going to be great with it, so we'll have to keep our eyes out for that. At least we know what we're going for. We want incubate, and we want backup. All we can get. So aerial boost versus cut short is kind of what I'm looking at. There's also adaptation, but I'd prefer the convoke things because I like them more. So this deals with any tapped creature, and this deals with, I think I give slight edge to aerial boost. It's cheaper to cast, it can't kill anything, but it's a good combat trick that can kill my opponent, and on top of that you can play it for free by tapping 2 creatures. So I do kind of like that. Scrappy Bruiser in here, I don't know about that card. An Invasion of Eldraine, we saw that already. Order of the Mirror is an incredibly powerful card. I really like this card a lot. Really tough one to block. Searing Barb is some removal, and you get an incubate token out of it. That's kind of cool. Backup Lifelink, certainly not bad. Eyes of Cataxia is kind of expensive, but let's take the aerial boost, I think. Seems a bit early to take an aerial boost, I admit. All right, so we have some green stuff in here. This has backup, so maybe I take that because it has to do with +1/+1 counters. Herd Beast. This turns into a huge dude. 7/5 menace, nothing to scoff at. Blossoming Sands could get some fixing now. Or a 2-drop 3/1, but this has to do with Knights, which really isn't what we're going for. Or I splash this, but that's domain related. Don't really need that. Probably taking the Kavu, just get the backup now. It makes sense with our 2 Kamis. At this point, with these 3 cards in the first 4 picks, I think we're just going to go down as many +1/+1 counter things plan as we can here. Just do the +1/+1 counter plan. Here's a pretty good one. Yeah, just double the effect of Storm the Seed Core. Wow. And give Vigilance and Trample. That's pretty insane. Or we could do Aeronaut. I think we're going to go with Storm the Seed Core on that one. Wow. Yeah, if you have a turn 3 this, turn 4 that, and you have... you want as many permanents as you can, so I guess it's not going to work that great unless we get some 1 and 2 drops in here too, but that's all right. We'll take Storm the Seed Core. I still think it makes sense. And then this is a battle that trample and ward and give trample and ward. It's cool. So Inspired Charge in here, not really feeling it. Crystal Carapace is a cycling kind of expensive aura that I'm not really feeling either. I guess we take Scoured Barrens and see if I want to splash black potentially. Otherwise, Imri, not really what I'm looking for. 0 artifacts in the deck currently, and I have to mill 4. I mean, the mill 4 is supposed to be an advantage because you can get artifacts back, but that's not the deck we're building, so I'm just going to take the Scoured Barrens. Inspired Charge, not really feeling it. Not really feeling anything in here. Nothing on color. Oh, that's not true. I guess we'll take a Timberland Agent. I don't really like it, but nothing else for us, so we'll just look at the uncommon. Sack a creature or an artifact, put a counter on it. I mean, that works with what we're doing, but it's pretty far away from where we're at. So I guess we'll take the Ancient. I mean, it's potentially playable in here with the Forest Cycling. So a bunch of cards we don't need. I guess I'll take the Host Crusher. We have 2 commies. Maybe I can get to 8 mana easily. Hexproof is nice. Not really feeling it, though, but I'm not feeling the Carapace either. They're both pretty bad. I guess I'll just take the uncommon. As far as strongest card left in the pack, it's... I actually think Spellcraft is playable as a combat trick. Reinforcement is definitely good. And then Mountain Cycler or this thing. Let's just take this. Scroll Shift, don't really want it. Blue and black are all that's left in this pack. We'd have to give up our whole plan in order to do that, which I'm not loving. Glistening Deluge is good against us. It also harms our own creatures. I'm just going to cut white because I'm really trying to get my way into this deck here. So I can take the Bond Warden. I think I actually like... Yeah, Bond Warden I think makes sense with all of the +1/+1 counter stuff we potentially have. It's also a 1-drop. Bola Slinger is also playable, but 1 mana backup probably makes sense in this deck. Searing Bar is the best card. We'll take the Charge. I don't think we need it, though. And then I can take the Herd Beast, which is totally playable. It's just turning into a 7/5 dude. Or I could take Adaptation as just a cheap combat trick that untaps. Maybe we'll go for a cheap deck here since we already have some expensive stuff. I don't know. I don't think we're in red, so we're just going to pass that. Yeah, it looks like red is pretty wide open. So Baral is the rare we got. We don't need that. Chrome Host Seed Shark, another rare we got. This is a good card, but we're not going to take it. Unless... I could splash this. We have some non-creature spells. We get Incubate out of it. They're all going to get extra +1/+1 counters. Maybe that makes sense. Otherwise, Surge of Salvation. Potentially good. Overgrown Pest. Look at top 5. We don't really have Double Face yet. I don't think we're doing Copper Oath Crusher, if I'm being completely honest. So I could splash the rare. I'm actually kind of okay with that because we can even splash it off Kami. And the Incubate off our non-creature spells kind of makes sense. And Surge of Salvation we don't really need. Pest would be a fine pickup, but at this point I'll take this, hope we get the Thornwood Falls back. And this effect is pretty good. Alright, Tiller of Flesh. So this lets you incubate whenever you target things. That's pretty sweet. Cast a spell that targets something. Otherwise, Karuga, 3 or greater in Langer. We're not going to do that. So we're not going to have it as our companion. But when it enters, draw a card for each permanent you control with mana value 3 or greater. Still could be good. 5 mana, 5/4 with draw card on it is pretty nice. Tiller of Flesh, I feel like it makes sense if we... Because we already have Adaptation... This doesn't target. This targets. We have 2 targeting, possibly Scroll Shift. It is a 4 mana 2/4, but you get to incubate out of it. Like I said, it works well with the Kami because you put counters and you get extra counters. potentially get to. Or I take another Storm the Seed Core and hope that it pans out. I'm going to try out Tiller of Flesh. See if I like it. Hope I do. Here, Blighted Burgeoning. So this comes in, incubates, and then you get to ramp off of it. It's kind of expensive. I'd rather do Aeronaut, which is also expensive, but at least it flies and it has backup, so potentially useful. Everything in our deck should be a +1/+1 counter by the end if we're fortunate here. So I can do, what's this do? Incubate and buff Phyrexians. I mean, that's cool if you have the enough incubate to support it. Can take the cut short, get the removal now. Our deck goes really wide, so actually cut short is looking quite a bit better, I would say. Plus the non-creature spell, I guess, for Seed Shark, if I'm still doing that, which I think I might. Non-token artifact or enchantment, an opponent controls incubate 2. Incubate 2, then transform an incubator token you control. It's a sorcery, though. Blow up, I mean, it's not bad. It's just, I think I'd rather take the cut short. Instant speed Convoke is just really, really good. That's just really good. Potentially playing it for free is just really good. So this is a menace dude that mills and stuff. Okay, that's cool. Probably taking a Bola Slinger. I don't love it, but it's got backup, so it makes sense for us. Possibly lets us attack and do cool things. I guess we'll take it. So this incubates, but it's expensive. Could take another adaptation. I think this is actually a perfectly fine trick. 1 mana, reach, untap, and buff. You get a lot of things out of this card. A lot of things out of that card. You can attack, you can be defensive with it, you can block flyers, you can surprise block things. It's going to work well with Seed Shark, it's going to work well with something else that I'm overlooking right now. Alright, so this, when it attacks, create a tapped and attacking tokens copy of it, put a +1/+1 counter on that token for each +1/+1 counter on Conqueror. I need to put +1/+1 counters on it for it to do anything, but otherwise I take another Aeronaut. This is a 2-drop, it's an uncommon. I think that if I need to find a way to put +1/+1 counters on it. I have backup, but that's it. Might work out. Exile this from your graveyard, put 2 +1/+. Oh wow, this makes sense for us. It's also got Vigilance, so it's good with Convoke. I'm not gonna splash this probably. Although it's not bad. We'll take the Rotten Tail. I kind of like it. I think it's actually fitting well with what we're trying to do. So I can take the Bola Slinger. Don't love it, but we'll take it over a Billy Rider, which does have double strike, so it lends itself well to getting buffed. But I think we want to go for every backup card we can get here. Could splash this, but I'm not going to, so we'll just take another Bola Slinger. Take another Scoured Barrens for Black Splash, because there's nothing else in here we want that I'm going to splash. I don't think I need any of this. I'm just going to pass it all. Windscarred Crag, so I could splash red too. Somebody can just have that. Well, still have a chance to splash Seed Shark off of 2 commies, but I'd like a little more fixing if possible. We'll see if we get that lucky. I haven't seen this Placid Rotten Tail before. It's kind of cool. Alright, Invasion of Theros. Enters, search your library for Aura God, Demigod card put in your hand. We don't have any of those yet. Lifelink and Indestructible as long as you control 3 other enchantments. This just seems like not going to happen kind of card. So you can take Quindy. Just get a double striker. It's not that good for us. Tangled Skyline enters, gain 5, incubate 5, give your stuff reach. Ugh, not really feeling it. Untap a land. I mean, this ramps. Choose a battle. If an opponent protects it, remove a defense counter. Oh, that's kind of cool. I haven't seen that one before. This is a disastrous pack one for us. Absolute disaster. I'm going to take the tracker for the ramp. and not be super happy about it. Alright, so we can take another Bond Warden, get another cheap counter dude. There's Storm the Seed Core, though, which is... How many creatures do we have? We have 15 creatures, so maybe I just take another Storm the Seed Core and hope I get enough creatures coming up. Just take the uncommon while we can get it, because it is really good with Kami. But Bond Warden is, too. But it is just a common at the end of the day. Invasion of New Capenna. Sack things, put counters on things. I mean, all the counter things are going to be good for us, but probably take another Storm the Seed Core, just because if we have 4 creatures, buffing them all with 2 Kamis out is going to be incredible. Finn is good just because it has Death Touch, otherwise it's really not. Oh, I guess it does work with other Death Touch things too. I didn't notice that before. This incubates 4, gives your Phyrexians Vigilance. I mean, that's kind of cool. And it's an uncommon. I mean, we don't have that much incubate is the problem. I think we'll probably ditch this. So I could just take Finn. I mean, a 1/3 Death Touch is good, especially in a deck that doesn't have that much removal. For 2, it blocks well. It doesn't have counters, though. You know what? I'm just going to take the Awakening. I'm going to try it. I think Finn's probably better, but I want to go for this +1/+1 counter synergy build if I can. The funny thing is we got all of that in pack 1. We got our Anafenza and we got 2 Kamis, and then we never saw anything more with them with the +1/+1 counter synergies, but that's all right. So we can take the Blighted Burgeoning. I mean, it's literally the only thing on color. We're just getting hosed now in pack 3 here on color things. Here we go. So this 3 mana 4/2 flash enters, opponent casts blue or black spell this turn, look at top 4, get a permanent. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's got flash too. That's really good actually. Trex's Fall, destroy artifact, battle, enchantment, or creature with flying. I mean, that's all right. This is pretty good. One-sided removal, and you can... We don't even have battle, so I guess I don't really need that. I think this Moloch looks the best to me. Flash blocker that potentially also lets you just get another permanent and put it in your hand. I mean, that's really good. We want that. That's some straight card advantage, even if you're not getting +1/+1 counters off it. I guess I'll take a 3rd Slinger at this point. So I could take this. This thing can transform and turn to a 4/3 trample. It's also a 1-drop. Probably want the Pest though, because we don't have double face cards though, do we? You get a land off of it too though. Potentially. Guess we'll just go for another flyer because we barely have any. And that +1/+1 counter makes sense in here. Fertilid's Favor. Here's a good one. Instant speed trick that also lets you ramp and fix. We don't really have that many 6 or greater. And I mean, Dune Shaper is actually going to be kind of good in here. But I'm going to take the Favor because of the +1/+1 counter synergies. Quindy, don't really need it, but it has Double Strike. I don't think it makes the deck, to be honest. Could get the Double Striker. Otherwise, I take a Carapace. This card is not good, though. It's an expensive aura. Guess I'll take a Double Striker. Are we still splashing Seed Shark? I think we are. I think it's probably worth it. Should take a removal that we're not going to play. Don't need that. Guess we could take this for more fixing. Probably not going to happen, though. And then a late battle. Whatever. This. So, ultimately, first 4 picks, I was super excited for this deck, and then we basically supported our first 3 cards that we got out of the first 4 picks for the rest of the draft, but didn't get any more busted things, so kind of disappointed there, to be perfectly honest, but what are you going to do? So we'll ditch this. We're up to 7, 9, 17 lands with 2 blue, plus the 2 Kamis, plus the Fertilid's Favor, so that'll probably work to splash a Seed Shark, which I still think is worth splashing in this deck. We can cut creatures. I probably don't need the Ancient because it's just Forest Cycling. 4 Bola Slingers seems particularly excessive. Incubate stuff. Well, this is kind of cool. This was the card I was thinking of for the Arachnoid adaptation and stuff. So how many combat tricks did we end up with? Just like 3? It's not that many. Well, at least it works with stuff like cut short too. It's any permanent gets targeted, so that's nice. Oh, this targets too, doesn't it? Oh, that's cool. All right, well, I didn't even cast a spell. So actually, this works with backup too, because this targets things. Cast a spell that targets, so it has to be a spell that targets. So this is a enters and targets, so it does not work with backup. It has to be on the stack targeting, and then it does. Okay, that's fine though. This is on the stack and targets, so the Storm of Seed Court is going to work. I'm going to keep Fertilid's Favor. Going to keep the Kavu. Probably cutting at least 2 slingers. We still have a boatload of backup stuff, so that's fine. Burgeoning we don't need. It does fix though, and it gets a incubate. I mean, it could be worth it, but I'm not really feeling it. We don't need to ramp that badly. Portent Tracker. So we don't have battles, so this basically is just ramp. I don't think we need the tracker, but then we're kind of screwed because we don't have that many cheap things. Bummer. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, that's a real tough spot to be in. I think we actually do need the ramp, sadly. I might actually, gosh. We got to cut 4 drops, I think. We probably cut another slinger. I don't want to, but our curve is really not looking that pretty. So overall, I was super, like I said, I was super stoked for this deck after first 4 picks, and then rapidly got much more unexcited as we not only got on color, did not get on color rares, did not get more super +1/+1 counter green-white synergies. So overall, pretty disappointed. I think I'm going to rate this deck about probably a 5 out of 10. Not anticipating doing super well with it, but we'll do our best. We'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right, this hand is a Snap Mull, no green mana, and first thing we can play is Phyrexian Awakening, so earliest we can get is a turn 4/4 Vigilance, which I guess isn't bad, but no green mana and no early creatures to support. I'm really not feeling that hand. This hand we're going to have to keep, and we'll ditch probably the Aeronaut. No white mana, which is also a bummer, but I'd rather not go to 5 mana because I feel like that would be a disaster. And I guess technically we do have white mana with the Kami, and we have white mana now, so that worked out. Ichor Drinker, 1 mana, 1/1 lifelink, and if it's in your graveyard, you can incubate too. It's pretty good. Well, at least they don't have a 2-drop. That's helpful. Alright, I have a feeling they have a kill spell, but... Oh yeah, does this even do anything on our deck? Yeah, it does with backup. So, I guess we play the Kami in a... Yeah, we have to play the Kami. We don't have to, but I feel like we don't play the Kami. I mean, we're walking into removal. It sucks. I don't want to, but if we don't... The whole point of Kami is you have to play it early. That's the bummer of it. We really don't have a choice. We have to. If we don't play Kami, then what's the point of the rest of our hand here? So, as long as it attacked a battle. Well, that's cool. So we can do the Aeronaut now and give the Kami flying and double buff it. Or I can actually double buff the Aeronaut. But the reason to double buff the Kami is then I can ramp for 3, which is ridiculous. So I think we're going to actually buff the Kami here. Because then we're at 8 mana on turn 5. So we can do Slinger plus Storm the Seed Core potentially. Actually, gosh, we could probably even do more than that, huh? We can do Slinger, Hardcast, put 2 more counters on Kami. Alright, bummer. So lost our chance, can't do it anymore. At least we got 1 off of it. Guess you can't ask for too much more than that. So we're at 5 mana. So Portent Tracker plus probably need Slinger so I can block War Historian, I'm guessing. It just sucks because then I can't play anything else. But I don't want to take a big hit here at the same time, so I could play 2 creatures, but I think what makes the most what does make the most sense? I guess we just play the Slinger and buff the Aeronaut and then pass is the best we can do. And then just hope they don't have the kill spell for the Aeronaut. And then if I get another land, I can play a 2-drop plus Storm the Seed Core. But we probably want to maximize this if possible. We did get 6, but like I said, tough spot because we really want to maximize Storm the Seed Core. Although at this point, how much do they have to pay for that? So maybe we just do the Guardian plus Storm the Seed Core. Oh, we can distribute. Oh, so you get the 4 counters anyway. Alright, well that's really good. And you get Vigilance too? Alright, we'll do this then. No, I guess it makes more sense to... Let me think. Yeah, maybe it makes more sense to do that. Well, how does this work again? Tap an attacking copy of it, put +1 for each. Alright, let's do this. So then we attack with our 2 Vigilance Trample dudes and we get to tap that. And that's not bad. Getting in for 8 Vigilance. They can still do the incubate too. There's our Kami we needed a while ago. But this works well with the Sunblessed Guardian. We have to pay 5 for that. So I can do Kami plus Portent Tracker. How does this work again? So I think we just play both of these probably and get in with the Golden Scale Aeronaut. This doesn't have reach, right? No. Oh, it does have reach. Just that one, though. That's fine. So we'll get in. Hope they don't have the thing right now. Just get in with the Aeronaut now. Hope they don't have a combat trick. If they do, it's not the end of the world. Alright, they didn't. That's good. So we'll play 2 more creatures and then we'll pass. I mean, I guess Portent Tracker does something against opposing battles and it ramps. So that's not the worst. So if they pay their mana to do the Herd Beast, it's not really that bad for us. Because we still have Sunblessed Guardian, which is going to get in there for a beefy amount of damage. And Bola Slinger too is pretty good. Okay, so they can get 6 6s out of it, but it's not the end of the world. Alright, Tiller of Flesh. So, don't have anything that can target permanents right now. They can activate to get the 6 6s, so we're just going to do Tiller and get in with the Aeronaut. I mean, technically we have 4 mana with the Kami of Whispered Hopes and the Portent Tracker, but that's not enough to flip this, so I'm not going to do it yet. Okay. Well, at least they can't activate their 6/6 and attack us with it, so that's potentially good. can't do our Sunblessed Guardian because we don't have 5 mana, so we have to wait. Alright. Powering out some 6/6s this turn. Let's see. So, kind of feels like they have a combat trick. Let's see. Can they transform it? No, only as a sorcery. So maybe I just take it. No, but then they still have the 6/6 blocker. So let's say I do everything. I do Sunblessed Guardian. I don't know if I have the means to kill them here. But I feel like they have a combat trick, so I'm just going to take it. Because I think we're going to try and go for lethal next turn. Because I'm not sure we can outdo this otherwise. Admit my son is very, very distracting to me right now. That is a big bummer. I didn't want to see that. So we're actually going to activate this and pay the life. Yeah. Really wanted to draw a non-land card there, but what are you going to do? So didn't get the extra. Oh, that's when I do the attacker. So attack with everything, get the 6/6 blocker. So if I do that, I'm just trying to figure out the math here. I don't think I have lethal either, do I? Attack with everything, tap a blocker. They have at least 2 blockers and maybe a removal spell. So they kill my biggest dude. Is there any way to not die here? I feel like we're going to die. But I'm just going to go for it because I already went for it. Alright, so they did have removal, so we would have gotten 2 for 1. So maybe it worked out okay. They can activate the 6/6 though, so I'm just going to get in for 4. I feel like we're dead though, unfortunately. I'm trying to get my son to chill out. He really is like just super, super squirmy right now. I think he just wants to, I think he's just bored, which is understandable. I would be too if I didn't know what was going on. So them having the removal meant we were screwed either way. Like I said, if I block, they kill our thing. 2 for 1 us. Don't block, dead anyway. So they had what they needed to win here, which is a bummer. We needed to draw an on-lane card, like I said, to win. But didn't get it, so toasty now. So we'll go to game 2. This has Menace, so I can't double block it and protect myself enough. So we end up dying. Go to game 2 here. Sideboard. Not really seeing anything, so I think we'll just run it back. Thankfully, we don't have a lot of spot removal, so I feel like that's kind of good against their thinger plan. Whatever the card's called, that you sack your thing and you draw 2 cards. So we'll play first. All green mana again, huh? Well, that sucks. I guess we keep it because we have Kami of Whispered Hopes. That actually makes sense. This at least fixes. Alright, Lifelinker again. Not the end of the world. Green mana, I think, is the worst thing we could have drawn. I think I'd rather see a white spell than a green mana there, so... Any future forests are certainly the worst draw we could get. Alright. Alright, just drawing lands now, which is really sad because not doing anything for us. All the ramp, all the lands. None of the cards we need. So we've got the enabler, we just don't, you know, have anything else. I don't want to waste an adaptation on a Knicker Drinker. It seems like a huge waste to me. Since we're literally just like a 1-2 away from stopping this threat. Alright. This is something. Well, we're well set up for like, I don't know, probably 15 cards. Probably have greater than a 50% shot at this point to draw something that's just insane off the top. Alright, enters. Lose 2 life, gain 2 life, choose a battle, protects it, remove 3 otherwise. Okay. So they're going to make us strain 2. At least we have cut short, I guess. That's probably good. Probably. Yeah, land. There you go. There you have it. Just what the doctor ordered. Draw 2, lose 2. Got it. Alright. Alright, so I guess we'll cut that short. Just ripping lands. There you have it. Just ripping them. Love it. Opponent's just got a grip full of cards. Somehow we have nothing and all lands. Got all those enablers, though. All those enablers. Tons and tons of enablers. There you go, Bond Warden. Just what the doctor ordered. Not a second too late. Deck full of +1/+1 cards, and we rip a turn 15. No, it's not turn 15. It's turn, I don't know what it is. It's turn like 8. Turn 8 Bond Warden. Not what the doctor ordered, as it turns out. Alright, and we'll promptly get 2 for Wonder killed here, and say GG's and go to game 2. Sounds good. All right. All right, see you for the next one. All right, round 2, we can keep this. So, do we want to do the Rotten Tail, or do we want to do the Bond Warden? Probably the Rotten Tail, that makes more sense, because we have all the synergies for backup. So, we'll do that. Aerial Boost, there you go. Let's do Portent Tracker, so we have some ramp. That way we can do like turn 3, I don't know, Bola Slinger, I guess. Alright, I'll take 3. Alright, so we got a land, so we could do the Bola Slinger off the Portent Tracker, but I think we actually just do the Awakening and then get in for 2. Got some Vigilance dudes, that's nice. Can't activate it, so get a land. Get this. Now we can get in for 6. Can play a Bond Warden. Maybe put it on the Vigilance dude, actually. At this point, why not? And we'll get in. And then we have Bola Slinger to get some more damage through. Yeah, the Awakening's pretty good, actually. Because you don't get the body right away, and you have to pay 2 extra mana, but you get a 4/4 Vigilance potentially on turn 4, like we just did, and that's pretty good. We have Aerial Boost, too, so we can maybe get some more damage through. We have the Bola Slinger, potentially does something as well. Alright, Invasion. Okay. Alright. Moloch's cool, so probably just do the maybe not. We probably don't have to do Bola Slinger. I think we'll just get in with our 4/4 and then pass. Leave up a Sandstalker Moloch. So we can get our backup dude. I think we'll do that. They have 1 mana on tap, but they do have the Racer. Let me see. Oh, they didn't have another knight. Whoops. So we can do Storm the Seed Core here. At this point, probably worth it. I think we'll just put counters on these two. All right. Game one. Deck kind of hinges on Kami. Oh yeah, we have blue in our deck too. That's right. Or on Offenza, and that's about it. God, we're playing Flywheel Racer too? Jeez. The deck is real ugly. Alright, I don't think we have that much of a sideboard, so we'll run her back. Better mull that. I don't want to just get mana screwed for nothing. This one will keep. It's actually a good hand. And we'll ditch the, probably the Aeronaut, I'm thinking. Because I want to go Bond Warden into Racer, so then I can at least cast Kami. Oh, that's nice. That actually is, that is nice. I can do the Racer turn 2 and ramp. Could do the Seed Shark first too. Oh, that's nice. I think because it's called Flywheel, it seems like it has flying, but it does not. So, I see. I think we just crew this. And then we do Fertilid's Favor on I guess we'll get another green. And then we can ramp for 4. So we'll do the Chomping Kavu probably. Although, do I even want that at this point? Maybe we'll just do this shark now. Target opponent looks at the top 3 cards of your library, separates them face down pile, face up pile. Put the one pile in your hand, the other in your graveyard. Alright. So, guess we just do this. Alright. Well, we can afford to pay extra, so that's okay. Oh, there's Anafenza. So grand total we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 potential mana, which means we can do both of these. So we'll do Anafenza. Does it add one of any color? Any one color. So we'll add white. Yeah. That's fine. So they know we have the cut short, but it's not super relevant here. So all right, we got there. We'll see for round 3. All right, we'll play first. That is a keep. Looks pretty good. Probably still do the Bond Warden turn 1. Yeah, I mean, the beauty of Bond Warden is probably one of the more important commons for this deck, and I should have noted that more when I was building this. Not only is it a 1-mana card that gives a +1/+1 counter, that I did notice, but that death ability is just so good with the Kami's out, because it just gives this value whether it's in your hand or on the battlefield, or both. I'm willing to trade a adaptation for a Daxos. It's fine. Not a bad trade. I mean, it slows down our awakening a little bit, but whatever. And they don't even want to do it, so that's fine too. Oh, they have blue. Well, that's going to make our Moloch better. Potentially. Ooh, Order in the Mirror. Great card. So best use of mana is chomping Kavu. But I think we'll activate this actually. For 5. That way, if they want to transform, it takes a lot of their mana. If they have something that taps, I can untap. Aeronaut, can't quite cast it yet, so that was a good turn to do Kavu, I think. Yeah, we'll do this, just because I can move the counters, potentially, and we'll get them for 6. So I can't do aerial boost because I've tapped the Warden now, but it's okay. We have 4 potential extra combat damage we can do with boost and adaptation. Evasively, no less. So that's good. They only have 3 mana. I guess that's good. We're ahead on life total. That's good. We're not super far behind on hand. Only 2 cards. We're not necessarily ahead on board, but it's quite an investment for them to do Order of the Mirror. So that's good. I guess they get to use their Hawker to use the Order ability, though, but that's all right. Not a huge deal. They still have to pay mana to do it. Sure. Are they going to attack with both? No. Blocking. It's whenever it becomes blocked, so that's good, too. They have 1 blue mana. Huh? Huh. I think we'll do Aeronaut. So they could put it on. There's that blue spell for 1 mana if it's an attacking creature or something. It's like cheaper if they have a... It's hard to explain, but I guess I could have forced them to chump there, but I was playing around the spell that's 2 cheaper if it's an attacking creature. So for 1 blue, you can put like a creature, return it to a hand, and surveil 1 or scry or something. This is all new to me, so I'm not sure. So they have 3 open mana. Well, I think with the 2 tricks, we just get in with everything. Hope for the best here. So they did have it. Why didn't they? Guess they didn't have that last turn? I don't know. Ooh, leaving both on top. It's pretty good. can't block that way. Alright, so they're going to play around the trick. Let's play this first, because they did cast a blue spell. Just want to see what we get. Probably this. Alright. And we can't kill them this turn, is that right? Okay. Well, at least they're not at board wipe mana that I know of. Supreme Verdict. Guess I could have showed him the Bola Slinger, wouldn't have mattered. They already saw that we had it, so whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's go to game 2 here. Keep it the same, probably. I guess. I mean, we did get flooded that one game pretty badly because we have a lot of mana ramp too, but it's a good hand. Turn 3 Seed Shark. Seed Course. Pretty slick with that too. This is non-creature spell too. Wow. Maybe I shouldn't have played the blue mana first. Whoops. Well, potential Moloch turn 3, but I kind of want to do the Seed Shark, don't I? Yeah, that probably makes more sense. Seed Shark probably makes a little more sense. This thing has hexproof too, huh? It's pretty cool. It's a good card. Omen Hawker, sure. Alright, so we'll do the Seed Shark. And then we can do Phyrexian Awakening plus leave up Arachnoid Adaptation. Hopefully they don't have a kill spell here. Alright. If I were them, I would bluff with the Conjurer. Yeah. I feel like this is a bluff, but I'm hinging so much on Seed Shark living, so it turned out it was a bluff. But I feel like I wouldn't have blocked, just because I really do lose. Like, if they if they have anything there, I really do lose. So, this is a interesting spot. We probably just play Kami plus Bond Warden buffing the Kami twice, so we have double ramp. That I think that makes sense. We don't get the... We kind of know they don't have a combat trick now, so... That's good. I'm not doing it on the Shark because I'd rather have ramp 3. I hope that was obvious enough. Because now what? I have like 7 mana. So I can go Moloch plus Storm the Seed Core. Potentially. Plus Incubate 1,000,000. Or I can just do Awakening. Yeah, good options here. You have until the end of your next turn. So they don't have to cast it right then and there. Something to keep in mind. Alright, so that's slick. Now we have 8 mana. So I can do Awakening. I think we just, we just really incubate hard here. No, we'll keep that back. And yeah, I'll pass. So we go adaptation. Oh, at least I got to do this once, guys. I'm happy about that. I got to do this once. Alright. So I ended up going 2-1. Much better than I thought this deck was going to do. Honestly. I rated this 5 out of 10 because it didn't look busted, but Kami really is incredible. I mean, I first picked Anafenza and it did I think it gave me a grand total of 1+1/+1 counter. Maybe 2. I think 1 though. But Kami did a lot. It did a lot. So that was cool. Let's do some pack one pick ones here. Pack one pick one. Yep, you take the big backup, flying first strike, lifelinker for 5. That seems good. Tetsuko is great. Great way to win. This artistic refusal. That's cool that it potentially is a free counterspell later in the game. Plus a draw card. I mean, this is good. Order of the Mirror, though, is also really good. Go Boonbringer. That seems good to me. Let's see. Yeah, probably Invasion. A little board wipe. Potential one-sided board wipe in the right situation. And turns into a relevant creature. So take that. Pack one, pick one here. 1 or more +1 book. Oh, this is what I needed in that last draft. I guess I didn't need it, but it would have been nice. Wow. Awesome with backup. And then, yeah, it just feeds itself, too. That's incredible. So good. Easy Ozleth. Mirror Shield Hoplight's insane, too. Barrage, definitely main deckable, but certainly way better. Out of sideboard if you don't have space in your main deck for it. Alright. 4 mana, 12/12. Enters tap with 5 slumber counters on it. As long as it has a slumber counter on it, it's a land. Whenever you cast a spell, you may remove. Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, that seems insane. Love it. I'd take that. Otherwise, exile, incubate. Yeah, it's kind of expensive, but that's good. And then the processor, 3 mana, 3/2. Put a +1/+1 counter and they get to incubate. That's good too. Love Ren's Resolve. Haven't played it yet. Meeting of Minds, I think, is going to be real good. Convoke, draw, and limited. That's way good. This prevents you from milling out. It's got reach. It's kind of cool. Furnace Gremlin's kind of cool. I'd take Erexmith this. This seems like a really fun card. Maybe it's not as good as I think it is, but seems pretty good. Complete the circuit. Cast sorceries, though they had flash. When you cast your next instant sorcery, copy it twice. All right. It's kind of cool, but very expensive. It has Convoke, though, I guess. Gargantua. Yeah, playable, not exciting. Sack a creature or planeswalker. Target player sacks a creature or planeswalker and loses a life. And then, yeah, it's cool. It gets bigger. It's a menace. 2/1. I guess this is cheap, though. That is nice, actually. Yeah, it's not bad. Veiled Conversion. Expensive kill spell, but it's got Surveil, too. Javelineer here. Yeah, honestly, this would be a pretty lousy pack one, pick one to take. Could take Complete the Circuit, but it's only this turn. Man, this card's not good enough. I'd probably go maybe the Invasion, even though it's multicolor, because I think that you get enough value out of that. You're feeling pretty good. Hopefully. All right, well, I was really impressed with the Moloch, but let's see what this... I mean, I feel like every match it could have paid off. I didn't see it in round 1. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand, if it attacks this turn, it gains Rebound. That's a cool card. Yeah, I think we probably take that over Moloch, just because get 2 effects out of your instants and sorceries is pretty nuts. Especially with a 4 mana 3/4. Let's see. Another Complete the Circuit. Like I said, the Moloch I think is probably a close second, but I'd take Tygum there. All right. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.